Hello, and welcome to Monday morning. I didn't do one on Saturday. I was really tired. I've been packing like all weekend because we got an apartment, which is great. I think we move in just after Easter, me and my friend, so that'll be good. Apartment finding was, like going out and looking at them wasn't a problem, but oh my god, when we put in all the applications, I don't have a job yet, and I'm a full-time student, so both places that like contact us were like, okay, so you're a full-time student and it didn't say you have a job, so are your parents paying for your rent? And I was sort of like, here we go. So I ended up calling Dad, and Dad pretty much said, this is what I'll do. So pretty much my dad is on the lease, my guarantor, in case, so if I can't pay rent, I'd go to him pretty much. Which is what it was going to be anyways, and I would pay him back when I could. But yeah. So like the last 2 days I've been packing, hence why there's like nothing in my wardrobe. It's all back in its boxes. It's only been out of its boxes for like a month. There's like barely any clothes in my drawers. There's nothing under my bed. The only thing that looks like it hasn't been touched is my desk, because I'm going to be using that all the way up till the day we move in. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do like how-to videos or do a playthrough of a game or something like that. A friend of mine and I are thinking of doing like a stream show or gaming show. That I'm actually really excited to do that, because I've watched a lot of YouTube, and to see how much fun they have on streams, and then they invite their friends on and stuff like that, it looks really fun. Like, yeah, it might be an easy way for me to get money, because apparently female redhead Australian girl gamers get followings quite easily, so that would be interesting. I don't know how I'm going to get my name out there. I mean, there's Twitter and Facebook, but it's not like my reach goes very far. And then I just like got out of bed fully, so that's interesting. But that actually can't really happen till I get decent, stable internet, which probably won't be till I move in with my friend and we figure out internet and budgeting and costs, and I actually need a fucking job, because otherwise I'm just gonna struggle. Like, I get some money when when like my birthday comes around, but it's not gonna last me forever. So I really don't want to go into fast food. I don't know, like, it's gonna be easy, like, you'll get easy money, and I'm like, yes, but I'm trying to stay somewhat healthy, and I don't want to have to always come home and smell like grease and feel greasy and gross and deal with annoying customers that think I got their order wrong or something like that. I'd rather go work in a clothing store or a jewelry store, something like that. I'd like to learn how to be a waitress, but I don't think I could be able to balance all those plates that they do. I don't know, we'll find out. When I move, I'll scope around and see what places are near where I live, and maybe I'll be able to get a job there, so then it's not that hard to get to work. My hair is getting really long. So it goes to about 5 or 10 centimeters below my bra strap, which is impressive. This is like the longest I've ever had it, but it does mean that there's a lot of like split ends and stuff. So yesterday I was trying to find a cheap hairdresser like they have in back home, because we had a place where you just walk in and I think you only have to pay like $26 and you get a decent haircut in an hour. And the waiting time wasn't that bad as well, but a lot of the places in Melbourne are like, you gotta book an appointment and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't like booking appointments. I'm like, I like waking up going, I want a haircut, and walking into a salon and going, hey, this is my name and I want a haircut. And they're like, okay. That's fine. So, that was interesting. I mean, I only ever want to get the dead ends taken off. I think I've managed to get around the hairdresser's inch. Because you tell them you're trying to grow your hair and you want as little taken off as possible. And so they literally stick to that. They take as little off as possible. But yeah, so currently I've just been packing as well as doing assignments. My programming assignment drove me up the wall until one of my friends pointed something out and I finally understood how to do it. But oh my god, it drove me up the wall for like a week and a half. I was just swearing my head off at it. And then finally one of my friends explained, or didn't explain, but sort of linked me to what helped him, and I finally understood it. Like, honestly, it was like, it was code off the internet, but I didn't plagiarize. Like, I ended up having to rewrite a good 3/4 of the code, and then even then the bits I didn't rewrite, I then still had to change ever so slightly. But it worked finally, and I managed to get it submitted in time for the 2 bonus marks, I think. Which was annoying because you had to demo it before you submit it. And I was like, well, I was going to demo it, but you told us we had to do our work first. And then when I went to demo it, she's like, oh, there's not enough time left. So I'm like, what do? I wanted to get the 2 bonus marks. And the next time I demo it to you, I will have lost not only 2 bonus marks, or the possible 1 bonus mark because of Easter. And she's like, just submit it and you'll demo it for me next time. And I ended up running into the head tutor on the way out, who I wanted to originally demo it to. I was like, well, this is what my tutor told me, is this actually okay? And she's like, well, no, not really. Like, you have to demo it before you submit it, so then they mark it off as demoed. And I'm like, well, I've already submitted it. I wanted to do it in time for the 2 bonus marks, but she said there wasn't enough time, and the next time I demo it, I will have lost any chance to get any bonus marks. And she's like, send me a code, and I'll have a look at it, and if it's good and you understand it, then I'll mark it as demoed. She didn't really have to ask me any questions, because I put comments in my code, just because that's pretty much code conduct, is to comment. Not like every single line, but at least like every time something happens in the code, which is what I did, and apparently that's pretty much just what they ask you when you demo it. So I did that, and then she's like, this looks good, I'll mark it as demoed. I'm like, okay, sweet. So that's that one. And another group assignment I did, where I based it off, where our idea pretty much came from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and their like holographic computer, which we were like, let's see if we can make this kind of like a real thing, which is great. And so that was fun, but I'm not looking forward to the next assignment where we have to create like a digital prototype and do a 5 to 10 minute presentation on it, and I hate presentations as well as so I guess I'll just do all the digitally stuff and they can talk about it. But yeah, I finally got up to date on assignments, which is great. Like, 2 of them have already been submitted. The programming one isn't actually due till the 17th of April. It's not even April yet. We've got a couple days left till April. Which means there's just about under a month till my birthday, which I'm so excited about. I get to have my party when I go back home, despite it being 2 weeks early. I can't wait to go back home. Like, even though I'm only roughly like 8 hours away, 8 or 9 hours away, moving was probably one of the hardest things I've done, because I've spent the last 13 years in a schooling environment at home, and it just, all my friends pretty much stayed at home, and I'm one of the few that moved away, and I don't know, it was hard, because they're so close yet so far away, and I'm so excited to, even after a month of being away, even after a week, I wanted to go back and see everyone and give everyone hugs, because being here, it's different. Like, I can't just easily pick and choose friends, because, like, I'm not in a huge, well, I am in a huge environment, but I'm only in my small environment of my degree, and I don't know, I miss everyone, really. Even my cat. Oh my god, I miss my cat the most. Some days I just want cat cuddles and I can't get them. All I have is puppy cuddles. And I guess when I go home, I'll probably get off the bus and cry, because my boyfriend's gonna pick me up, and I'm so happy about that. Oh, I miss him so much, like, ridiculously. It's hard going from high school, where our schools are across the road from each other, like, despite being all boys and all girls schools, they were across the road from each other, so it was almost pretty much co-ed, just didn't have classes together. And when I got to senior years, they were allowed to come and have lunch with us, so we got to see each other every day. Like, well, not every day, but like 5 days in a row for 2 years. And then before that, it was every day at the bus stop, except for weekends. And then on weekends, we'd pretty much hang out anyways. And then when school finished, you actually had to make effort to see them. Like, you had to drive to them, or get on public transport, go see them, or they'd come see you, or you had to organise days. It wasn't just, seeing them wasn't just handed to you by situation. And I guess a lot of couples deal with that when they're high school sweethearts or whatever. They come out of high school and then one of them is interested in one thing and the other one's not. So in uni they take different paths, and so they're not totally intertwined. I guess I did that. Like, we have similar interests, but he's more of a sciencey person and I'm more of an IT person, and I could have done my degree at home, but the one here was just so much better. So not only have I made it hard for us, not only was it hard when we left high school and I couldn't see him every day, I then moved 8 hours away where I could only see him every couple months, whenever he came down or I go back. And I guess that was one of the hardest things to come to terms with when I left, because we've been together for like 3 years. And yeah, for the first week or so I probably cried at least once every day. Because I missed people, because I missed him, because I missed home. But now I've settled in and I have friends, it sounds bad, but I don't cry as much anymore, because now I have people to help me through it. And it's not like I'm forgetting home, it's more I'm getting used to not being there. But when I still have Skype calls or phone calls with him, it's hard not to break into tears knowing that I have to wait a couple more days to do that again, or I have to wait a month to actually see him. But yeah, I guess that's part of life. And it'll get better, I guess. I mean, that's what long-distance relationship says. They say it's hard for the first few months, but then you get so much trust in that person, and you really cherish the time you have together. And that's what I hope to do. I get to go see him in a couple days, like I'm going back home for a week for Easter. because that's when uni has a break, and I'm really gonna cherish that, just because it's been a month and I've missed him so much. Yeah, I guess I should probably. Phone's feeling weird. I should probably finish packing and look at the stuff I need to do today. I need to start figuring out meal plans and budget for when I move into my apartment, so I can actually figure out what I'm gonna eat, because that's probably what I'm gonna struggle with the first couple weeks, is buying food and then making it last and stuff like that. Also, I just remembered, for my birthday, I asked my brother to buy me a 3-day badge, 2 packs, so I'm really excited that I get to go to PAX this year. I could have gone last year, because one of my friends was giving up a ticket, but I didn't have the money for, like, hotels and transport and stuff like that, so I was like, no, sorry. But it means, A, I get to see my brothers, or my brother, I'm not sure if both of them are coming, and his girlfriend and a couple other friends. And I'm just excited. I think I'm going to cosplay Melisandre from Game of Thrones, which will be fun, because she's simple and my hair colour kind of works. I might need to put the red dye through it, like back in October when it is, but I'm so excited.